Muffins from the King Arthur Baking Company All-Purpose Baker's Companion. This is a must-have book if you want to get into baking. If you're unfamiliar with it, you're a newbie like I was. Definitely not a pastry chef here, but it has so many good recipes for everything from savory breads to muffins to donuts to pastries to layer cakes to simple cakes to everything you could possibly want to get started. Even if you have some experience like I do now after cooking for many years, you will get a lot of value out of this book. It won a James Beard Award, so you can't do much better than that. The recipe I'm going to be making is donut muffins, and these muffins are a nutmeg spiced cake batter that goes into our muffin tray, and they dome up perfectly with the ratios in this recipe, and then they are soaked in butter on the top and then dusted with cinnamon sugar. So fantastic. It really is the perfect hybrid of a muffin and a cake donut from like an old 50s style diner. So let's go ahead and hop into it. We're going to get started by combining the dry ingredients of our muffin mix. So we've got 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and then a cup of sugar. And then this is 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 1/4 teaspoons of nutmeg, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And so this is all going to go in. And we're just going to pre-mix our dry ingredients here real quick. And then we'll go ahead and form a bit of a well in the middle there for when we add our wet ingredients. Now we're going to combine the wet ingredients. So we've got 2 large eggs that have been beaten. We've got 1 1/4 cups of whole milk. And we've got 2/3 of a stick of melted butter. And we're just going to combine all of these together until we get a nice smooth mixture. Now back to our dry ingredients with the well in the middle. We're going to go ahead and pour the wet mixture into that well. And then go ahead and gently stir this together until we get a smooth cake batter. Now some of these may seem like odd quantities of ingredients if you do a lot of baking, but I find that King Arthur really does a lot of research and science in their recipes, and so they're trying to fine-tune these, and that's why they won a James Beard Award and have such a well-respected baking book and baking reputation. I'm almost done mixing here once we get the last bit of dry ingredients incorporated, and then we're going to move on to actually baking our muffins. We're ready to fill our muffin pan. So this should make enough batter for 12. I like to use an ice cream scoop just to get an even amount of batter into each cup, so I don't end up with a bunch of differently sized muffins at the end of the day, or cupcakes if I was making cupcakes. So I'm going to fill these up, and then we're going to bake this at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes until you get nice domes and everything is baked all the way through. First of all, look at how beautiful these came out. These are basically perfect muffin tops. So this recipe works out really well. It also smells very nutmeggy and actually smells sort of like a diner cinnamon cake donut. So we've melted some butter and we've got a cinnamon sugar mixture here. And now what we're going to do is essentially we're just going to get that all over the place on the top. And then we're going to roll it in the sugar mixture. Get it all the way around there. And voila, there we go. There's our first donut. Holy crap, y'all. These came out amazing. This is one of those things that I get asked to make again and again. And if you make them for your friends, they'll ask you to make them again and again too. Just want to show you a close-up here of this, man, this like sugar crusted coating with the cinnamon smell coming off of it. And then the dough itself has that strong nutmeg flavor in it as well, which is a classic combination. These are really good, and they are like the perfect embodiment of a hybrid, sort of like a diner style cake donut and a muffin, and just a fantastic breakfast. So I really recommend you pick up this book and you make this recipe because you're really going to enjoy it. They have a lot of other cool muffin recipes in this book too, like morning glory muffins, chocolate breakfast muffins, a few different things, and they're all really good amongst many other recipes for cakes, cupcakes, pastries, everything you can imagine. So I'm going to take these to my coworkers and enjoy one of these right now while they're still warm. One quick note, you do dust these twice. I did it a second time. The instructions actually don't say to dust it a second time, but that's how you get, the butter will sort of absorb and make the tops dark. And if you dip them in the sugar or cinnamon mixture a second time, they'll get that nice sort of satiny crust there with the sugar on top. So if you enjoy my videos, I've got many other dessert recipes, many other American recipes. And if you enjoy my content in general, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you at the next one.